Have you ever wanted to leave a job because you felt as though you should have been compensated more? Or even felt demotivated and unsatisfied with the job? According to Gallup's chief scientist for workplace management, at least 75% of voluntary staff turnover is influenced by managers. CHIHO 2022 defines voluntary staff turnover as departure from an employee from an organization on their own accord. An organization's human resource is its most valuable asset, which contributes to its productivity and profitability. Despite this fact, employees are voluntarily leaving the organization at a high rate. Hi, my name is Marissa, and I will be presenting the argument that employers are ultimately responsible for high rates of voluntary staff turnover because they set the tone for organization's culture, manage remuneration packages, and contribute to morale of employees. Employers are responsible for setting the tone for the organization's culture. Many scholars agree that an organization's culture is critical to its survival. According to Basenak Hall et al. 2015, an organization establishes its culture by promoting the core values, mission, and vision that are necessary for individual and organizational effectiveness. Organizational culture provides purpose and instills a sense of belonging and identity in employees, which promotes, motivates, and encourages them to set goals. Thus, when the organization's culture does not promote purpose, inclusiveness, and success, employees tend to leave. The type of culture existing in an organization can significantly impact employees' behavior. Krug et al. 2014 contend that employees learn how things are done, communication styles, and interpersonal relations through the actions and decisions of the employer. In my previous employment, employees were praised for working beyond contract hours. However, burnout, increase in the number of sick days, and resignation was some of the consequences of increased work pressures caused by this type of organizational culture. Shen 2004 suggests that an employer's personal characteristics can influence an organization's culture through the values, norms, and goals that are established. Conflict between personal characteristics of an employer and employees increases the likelihood of staff turnover. For example, an organization's culture where leadership procrastination is common may cause increased frustration among employees who are deadline-oriented. Increased frustration has been shown to result in high staff turnover. Salaries and other forms of remuneration are determined by the employer. Compensation is the way an employer shows that an employee matters to the organization. However, Yang et al. 2012 note that employees are likely to withdraw their employment from an organization when they feel that their work is not compensated fairly. Compensation packages must seek to retain employees as well as build and maintain commitment among staff. Diversity and uniqueness in the workplace influences remuneration. According to Barney and Mackey 2005, remuneration packages should align with and be reviewed based on skills, experience, and working hours. Thus, when compensation does not align with the value of the employee to the achievement of organizational goals, then staff turnover increases. Employers contribute to the morale of organizations' employees. Low morale occurs because of the management's approach to work-related activities. This view is supported by Zineb and Huckman 2008, who suggest that low morale results in the loss of interest and demotivation when employees' efforts and contributions are not appreciated or recognized. Furthermore, low morale occurs because of managerial decisions that lead to jobs insecurity, unfair remuneration policies, and organizational uncertainty. These result in high employee turnover as employees are unhappy and are not motivated to stay. On the contrary, some researchers such as Shah et al. 2010 have argued that personal factors outside of the control of the employer contribute to high voluntary staff turnover. They purport that employees' unrealistic expectation of the organization lead them to quit when these expectations are not met. Opponents have also suggested that job hopping is another personal factor that contributes to high employee turnover that is external to the employer. Shah et al. Note that shortages in the labor market increases job opportunities, which some employees capitalize on by moving on to the next. However, while there are some factors that are external to the employer, people do not leave jobs in which they are happy. The factors that contribute to job satisfaction are managed by the employer. Locario 2006 asserts that most employees prefer stability and are likely to quit if they are not satisfied with their work life. External factors such as job security, physical work environment, and pay, as well as intrinsic factors such as recognition, training, and promotion opportunities, are all within the control of the employer. These factors contribute to job satisfaction and can lead to high staff turnover if they are not adequately provided for. Furthermore, based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, once an employee's needs are met, job satisfaction is in the result. In a similar vein, unsatisfied employees are likely to seek satisfaction from other organizations, a view that is supported by Chevreau 2014. In the final analysis, the role of the employer in voluntary staff turnover is significant because high staff turnover has serious implications for the organization. Employers are ultimately responsible for high rates of voluntary staff turnover because they set the tone for the organization's culture, manage remuneration packages, and contribute to the morale of employees. While opposing views have suggested that employees have personal factors that influence turnover that are outside of the control of the employers, the fact is job satisfaction can be met by the employer because the work environment is directed by the employer. As such, it is incumbent on the employer to ensure that an organization's culture, remuneration system, and morale are carefully considered with a view to increasing job satisfaction.